Hi there, this is Jay Johnson with WindowPurchase.com. Welcome back to my website. If this is your first time here, a little history on me. I've been in the industry since 2001, and I've actually published 3 books on windows and doors since 2008. So, kind of know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to get the message across to the general audience. Anyway, the subject I want to cover today, and a big trap that the client falls into, and the companies know this, most companies that come out, not all of them, but most of them, they like to be extremely vague. They dance around the details, but never really get into the details. They show you the tip of the iceberg, but they don't want you to look under the water. I like to show you what's under the water. So, with that being said, this has to do with when you're getting a presentation, you need to figure out a way to separate out the materials and components that make up the product, whether it's a window or door, and how it's actually constructed. In other words, how's it put together and how well is it constructed. And I could go through wood, vinyl, fiberglass, aluminum. I could go through all of it, but I'm just going to use vinyl for the example because it's going to show the biggest difference what I'm talking about. We'll use these 2 frames for example. If you want to be vague, which most companies do, let's say that you had a couple companies out selling you vinyl and you just wanted white. Okay, on paper it all sounds the same. It's white, plastic, vinyl. Now you get 2 different quotes. One guy's priced higher than the other. First of all, how do you know either one was a good window? And the second one is how do you know which company should have been priced in what order based on performance ratings, warranty, and grade of material, because grade of material has a lot to do with longevity and durability. So when I show you these up close, you'll notice there's a slight color differences. This one is what's called a polar blue. It's a low-grade vinyl. They tinted a polar blue to help buy time before it would begin to yellow. This one here is an eggshell white, and this has what's called impact modifiers in it, which act as sunscreen to keep the vinyl from discoloring or becoming brittle. So if you were just going over these 2 framing systems, this is a much higher quality vinyl than this is. But now that we know the grades of vinyl, what we don't know is how are the frames constructed. The frames could be constructed equally as well, but again, you can see they're not. This frame, very few chambers, hardly any fusion welded surface area, only an outer weld on the corner, no inner weld. And this frame here you can see has a lot more chambers. Matter of fact, this frame has over 20 chambers. This frame, as you can see, has 2. So you're going to have a lot more strength out of this frame, a lot more energy efficiency, and a lot more dead air space, which is a natural insulator. If you watch enough of my videos on vinyl, when and or why is foam needed or not needed, it goes into detail on why putting foam inside vinyl chambers is a complete waste of time. But if I had different wood frames to show you what wood species in it, if some guy's selling you southern pine and another guy's got red oak or an engineered lumber, you're going to have stronger types of wood. They're going to be hardier, they're going to be denser, they're going to be less prone to warping or rotting or sagging or twisting. You also have different grades of fiberglass. In theory, they're all pultruded fiberglass, but that doesn't mean the fiberglass wall thickness is the same. It doesn't mean they're constructed the same in how the corners get assembled. It doesn't mean they're giving you the same glass options, because glass is going to drive 90% of the efficiency anyway. I could take a number of vinyl windows, put the right glass in it, and that vinyl window will outperform a fiberglass window, or I could do it the other way. Too many people get focused on, well, I want this because of this. They're not basing it on any facts. It's just a belief system they have that they're unwilling to let go of. But when you start to show people, listen, this is where this stuff gets tested. These are how the performance ratings fell out. And this performance rating proves that this product is better than this product. Even though you always thought this product was better, the performance ratings on this product aren't supported. And that's the problem. That's why in other videos I did says if the ratings don't line up with the story, it's a bunch of BS. Most of these companies don't give you the proper ratings. They don't break down the materials actually going into the window. It's just an assumption that you have that if you buy this type of window with this framing system, it's going to be better than this type of window with this framing system. You're not getting into the details because they don't want you to. So anyway, I hope you understand the difference. You need to go through the raw graded materials and the components being used in, on, and around the window, and then the construction of the window. And those two combined, most of those performance ratings that they test for, will give you the outcome of whose windows really test better. Now here's the last trick to this. On paper, you can have a window have respectable performance ratings. But if they've made the window with low-grade materials, it's just not going to last as long. It's going to degrade faster or deteriorate faster, or it's not going to hold up as long, or it's not going to be warranted as good. So performance ratings are important to get to know how to compare, but the performance ratings are not going to teach you the longevity, the durability, or how that product is warranted or installed. It's just showing you on paper, this was the better window on paper. Now the question is, how long is it going to last, and how is it warranted if you have any issues with it? Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. My name is Jay Johnson, windowpurchase.com. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel.